Alright, my name is Aimee. Who are you?
Shannon.
Take 2. My name is Aimee.
My name is Shannon.
And we are going to tell the story of how we met. Because we can't stop arguing.
Well, we're going to try.
We're going to try. We have some disagreements on how it all went down. So, my side of the story. The truth.
Oh, we're going to do this?
The truth of the matter. Let me gather myself because I'm about to fight you. So we met. Where did we meet?
We met at Allstate Arena in Illinois.
Why?
Because I stole...
No, why were we there?
Oh, we were there for a Demi Lovato concert.
Yeah, Lights Tour.
And we were
in the VIP line to meet her. I got there. I got to Allstate, I want to say, by like 6 a.m.
In the morning.
In the morning. Concert didn't start till probably 8 or 7. I was there 13 hours beforehand because I wanted to see the buses come in because I knew that they were going to come before the sun was up. So I drove my truck to Allstate and I stood in the back of the parking lot and I watched the buses come in. I watched them and I waited there. The buses were there for like 20 minutes and some of the crew, maybe tour managers or something, came out. It was Demi Lovato, Fifth Harmony, and Little Mix were all in like 4 buses. And they were like, someone approached me and they were like, you can't be here because the girls can't like... Well, first I was like, are the girls already inside? And they're like, we can't tell you that. I'm like, well, I didn't see them come outside, so I'm assuming they're still in the truck. And they were like, we can't tell you that. We're going to have to ask you to leave. And I was like, okay, make it more obvious. So I just left because I didn't want to hold them up. I'm sure they had rehearsals and makeup and all that. So I just left and I went to my, she's not my aunt, but I think of her as my aunt. I went to her house and helped her watch her kids for a couple hours from maybe like 7 or 8 until like 10:30. And helped her run some errands and watch them because they were sick and they were crying. And then I came back and I ran into a girl who was like, are you here for Demi Lovato? I was like, yes, I am. And so we waited in line outside of the doors for a little while. And a security guard came and said, you guys can't be here. It's like a safety thing. We need this area cleared. So come back at 1 o'clock. And so I was like, okay. So
meanwhile,
this is at like 10 a.m.
I was there at 10 a.m.
You were not there at 10 a.m. I was there at 10 a.m. I was there at 6 a.m. Excuse me.
I was there when you were at
Jamie's house. Yeah. So he told me, come back at 1 o'clock. And I was like, okay, cool. Where should we go? Because Target wasn't open yet, I don't think, or I don't know. It was early. And so he told us to go wait at Will Call, but the doors weren't open yet. He said the doors opened at 11. And so we waited outside of Will Call. The doors never opened at 11 at Will Call. So we were stuck outside March 14th. It was super cold. It was like 30 degrees outside. And I was in a dress. And so we sat on the curb, me and Sarah. And then she comes up and goes in my spot at like 12:30.
I got there at
Steals my spot in line.
8 a.m., maybe 9. And the security guy told us to come back at, I think, 12:30 or 12:45. So at 12:30, I came back, and I ended up being first in line. And then
first in line.
It must have been like 15 minutes later when Aimee walks out and tries to get her spot
At
back
first,
in line.
I was sitting across the street at Will Call, and Sarah and I were talking about a magazine Demi had recently been in. We were reading it, or we were talking about her music, or something. We were deep in a conversation for like an hour. And I was facing away from the VIP line, and Sarah was facing me, watching the doors. And so she's like, are those girls in your spot? And I was like, what girl? And I turned around, and there's like 8 or 9 of her standing around the door where we were supposed to get in line. And I was like, well, I mean, the security guard's going to come tell them, like, he said 1 o'clock, so maybe we can all go together. And then it was like almost 1 o'clock, and still they hadn't moved, and so we were like, what the hell? And so she was like, go get your spot back. Like, they're going to stand there and they're going to think they're first in line. We've been here all day. So I was like, okay. And so I walked up to her looking to pick a fight. I was going over there to yell at her because
I didn't think you were going to yell.
I was not going to.
I thought you were just coming to get in line. So I would have been really scared if you started yelling.
I was going to go over there and get my spot back. My rightfully earned spot. Roll your eyes again. Don't roll your eyes at me. Anyways, I walk up there, huffing and puffing, me and Sarah, and I, like, tap them on the shoulder, like, excuse me.
And then I was like, wait a second, I know this girl. And
she looks from it, yeah.
Yeah, and I told one of the girls that was with us, I was like, hey, isn't that so-and-so? And then, she was like, yeah, and then that girl, like, called her out and was like, hey, weren't you in Demi's documentary? So she ended up getting the credit for it. I remembered Aimee from this documentary she was in on MTV, and, yeah.
And so she was like, are you the girl from Stay Strong? And I turned around and was like, yes. And they were like, oh my god. And so they were like, can we take a picture with you?
I asked for a picture first because I was like, this is really cool and I want a picture to, like, show off online or whatever. And so I asked for a picture.
That picture has since been deleted.
And it's been deleted since. And we wish we had it, but it happens. So if anyone has that picture.
If anyone finds that picture, please.
I've looked for it so many times. But.
So I took pictures with the whole group with like 10 people that day because for some reason they were impressed by me. My part in my part in that documentary is no longer than 10 seconds, I swear on my life.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've seen it like 85 times, so.
I took pictures with them and then they were like, do you want to get in front of us? And I was like, yes, I do. So I got my spot back and I didn't have to fight anyone.
And then later, Aimee found out that that my seats were closer to the front than hers were, so we exchanged numbers.
Yes. My seats were, like, up in the balconies of Allstate. I don't know if anyone's ever been there. But, there's, like, the whole main floor, and then it wraps around it is the, like, things that go kind of like a pavilion. And my seats were supposed to be, like, high up because my parents bought me bad seats because I know people who work at Allstate, and I have family and friends who are cops in Rosemont who can escort me to the front if I need to. And so my parents purposely bought me, like, a $30 ticket, and I was escorted to the front, but we didn't know this at that point. This hadn't happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
So she had, like, 10th row seats or something, or what was it? Or, like...
It was, like, 4th row from the end of the catwalk, so...
So, like, 12th row, like,
12th row, but it was, like, right at the end of the catwalk.
Yeah. So we exchanged phone numbers, but we didn't text, like, all day. So we didn't really talk. After we met Demi, we didn't see each other again.
But she came up to me, and she was like, someone gave me your number because they found out you have these seats, and I was like, oh my god. I was so happy because I had your phone number.
I was looking to get as close to the front as possible, but I ended up being, like, against the barricade in the front. Like, not even on the catwalk, like, against the front or something. I was, like, super close to the front. And, I was passing out these signs that I made because, Demi's sobriety anniversary is March 15th, and the show is on March 14th. So I made all these signs for people to hold up for her, and I was passing them out, and I turned around, and Shannon was there, so I gave her one.
I called your name.
Yeah. I turned around and I gave her one, and then I turned back to finish passing them out. And then during that song, or something, like a minute later, I turned around to find her again, and she was nowhere to be found. I stood up on the seat, and I had my sister come yell with me. We were, like, looking for her, and she was nowhere to be found. And she claims that you were directly behind me the whole time.
I was behind you. I was in that same spot the whole entire concert. I didn't move. And I was looking for you.
I turned around and you were this close to me. You were this close to me when I handed you the sign. And I looked for you for like 15 minutes and you were not there.
Yeah, and I was in my seat. I didn't move. But anyways, we didn't see each other until, basically since we had each other's phone numbers after that. We were texting in a group chat for a while. And right away I was like, obsessed with her, and I was like making hints that I wanted to be with her.
And they would be like, they'd be such a cute couple. You guys should date. And we were like, or at least I was like,
say more. Keep saying it.
I remember there was one specific text that I sent to the group chat to Sarah, and I was like, God, I said something about complimenting her, saying she was hot or something, and you, like, put that red angry face with, like, the fist, and you were like, she's mine. You, like, put these emojis.
I've been really aggressive since the day I met her.
Super protective and jealous.
What ended up happening was the next week there was a Fifth Harmony concert, and I said that one of the Fifth Harmony members told told me to say hi to you. But I was just messing. I wasn't even going to carry out
that was the day I started liking you, I remember.
Yeah.
I was in the shower, or I was getting in the shower, and she Snapchatted me, so I opened it, and she was like, Lauren told me to tell you she loves you.
Mm-hmm. But I was just joking, and I was completely joking. I wasn't even going to lie about it. And she believed me.
I was so serious.
All of a sudden, you were like, can I call you? And I was like, yes. And she called me, and we stayed on the phone for, like, all night.
Like 3 hours.
Like 3 to 5 hours, something around there. And then we were just
Didn't I sing that day?
I think you sang 2 songs on the phone with me.
It was Skyscraper and In Case, no?
Yeah, and we were like flirting back and forth on the phone, and...
Demi's concert was on March 14th, and we started dating April 4th, which I think was exactly, because the concert was on a Friday, because my birthday was on a Friday, which is a week after March 14th, so I think it was like... Because it was Friday, because I came to your job and you were working Friday night. So, the day I asked her out, April 4th, 2014, I went to a grocery store and I got an orange rose, a bag of barbecue chips, because that's Shannon's favorite snack, and I wrote her this, like, 2-page note, like, kind of love note, kind of... I don't know. It was just it was appreciation.
Yeah, it was like, this is like for you to read when you have a bad day or something, and then you listed everything you like about me.
Yeah,
it was really cute. And I have the note. I carry the note in my purse since that day. It's been in my purse.
I drove. Well, first I drove to Sarah V's house and I picked her up, and then we went to Shannon's job, and she was gone. We waited in the front for a long time, and someone asked us, like, who are you here for? What are you doing? And I was like, I'm Shannon's girlfriend. And she was like, oh, cool. And I don't know if she thought anything of it, but whatever. And so I was like, where's Shannon? And they said that she was in the back or something. And so we started walking towards the back. And as I, like, am walking towards the back, Shannon comes out of the back, and without even looking anywhere in my direction, she just, like, turns and makes, like, straight into the bathroom. Mm-hmm. There's, like, this little, like, tile, and she goes directly around it and into the bathroom.
Because the waitress came back and was like, someone's here for you, and I was like, okay. Like, I didn't think anything of it, so I went to the bathroom.
And so she was in there for a long time. You were in there for a very long time. What were you doing?
Probably texting. That's what I do in the bathroom at work.
You were in there for a long time. And so I got impatient, and I had Aaliyah record on my phone us going into the bathroom because I was going to surprise her. So we walk up to the door, and as I'm pushing the door in, what do you do?
I walk out, and Aimee goes, can I say
happy birthday?
Yeah.
I say happy birthday.
She goes, happy birthday. It wasn't my birthday.
It was not her birthday.
That's the first thing she said. And she has this rose and the letter and the chips, and I was so surprised, and it was cute. It was really cute.
I got nervous.
It's okay. Yeah.
You were, like, so confused. You're like, did you drive here by yourself? How did you get here?
Yeah.
She was so confused.
And then,
I was in, like, a crop top and skinny jeans. It was, like, 30 degrees outside, and I was...
You had light jeans and black boots on.
My black boots that I wear every day. And I had this, like, floral crop top. It was, like, off the shoulders. The sleeves were down here.
And I was in my work uniform.
That's my favorite uniform. It's so cute.
Maybe that's why it's your favorite.
Maybe.
But anyways, after she said that, she kissed me.
Next to a garbage can. In a public bathroom.
She didn't even wait 1 minute. She kissed me right away. Or they ate while I was working. When I got off.
Oh, yeah, we did have food. That was good. Was that the first time I had chicken, or did I have something else?
No, you had Alfredo noodles. Didn't you?
You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I don't remember that.
Because you had that like the next 3 times you came in.
And then we drove to the Lake Michigan, downtown Milwaukee.
Made out.
For a long time. I almost kicked Aaliyah and Sarah out of the car. I told them they had 2 options. I said their options were to either wait outside or to go to sleep in the back seat. And so they put in headphones and they went to sleep.
And so, yeah. That's how we met.
And here we are. 20 months later.
20 months later.
I don't know, this is weird.
What the heck? Free videos are surprise.
Wait, why are you shutting the door? Don't close the door.
Bye.
Oh. This is so cute. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, work.
Oh my god. You guys drove all the way here. Hi.
I drove all the way here just to see you.
This is
I know,
so
my
cute.
God.
I'm like,
Oh my God.